So we are going to resume our session today. We are going to see VPC concepts, network address translation. But before getting into the network address translation concept, let us create a VPC. In our previous sessions, we were creating VPC using the manual method. We first created a VPC using a name and a CADL. Inside the VPC, we created subnets using a name and CADL. We created a public subnet and private subnet. Then we manually created an internet gateway. We manually created a route table, made a route between the public subnet and the internet gateway, going to the internet destination. And we created a gem server or a bastion host in the public subnet. We did create a database server in the private subnet using the gem server or the bastion host. How to connect from outside, that from on-premises or outside of Amazon into the database server. So this is what we have seen so far. Today, we are going to see how to introduce a NAT instance or a NAT gateway. Now, why do we need a NAT? NAT means network address translation. So NAT router can be created by you in a EC2 instance of your choice, that is a NAT instance. Or a NAT router can be an Amazon provided one for production purposes, for large usage purposes, that is NAT gateway. Both are same only, functionality wise, but facility wise, size wise, these two are totally different. NAT instance, you can choose as a T2.micro instance. You can choose it as your own choice of instance, but NAT gateway comes with failover, high availability, everything default. So it is given by Amazon, minimum 10 Gbps network bandwidth, etc., etc. So we are going to see how to introduce this NAT. With the help of the NAT, what we can do, we can temporarily give internet access to anything running on a private subnet. It is your choice. If, for example, you may have n number of application servers, database servers, etc., running on a private subnet, out of which one needs an internet access, you can make a choice and you can give them a temporary internet access using the NAT as its gateway. Okay, so this is what we are going to introduce today, and this is what we are going to learn today. So before that, let us create a VPC. But today, we are not going to use the manual method. As I told you yesterday in our previous session, we are going to use the wizard. So the wizard saves a lot of time. But let me advise you, if you are going to learn VPC, please do not use wizard. Please go through the manual method, whatever we have learned so far, because that will give you a concrete idea what are all the subcomponents of a VPC and how they are interrelated, etc., etc. So once you are thorough with that particular manual method, then you can very well use the wizard to save time. So let us get into the wizard. Everybody click on VPC dashboard. Everybody click on VPC dashboard. There is a blue button titled Launch VPC Wizard. I did delete all the VPCs which you created in the previous session. So there are none except the default VPC. So everybody click Launch VPC Wizard. Choose the VPC with single public subnet. See, I would have allowed you to choose the second one, VPC with a public and private subnet. But what happens, this VPC public private subnet will create a NAT for you. But we are yet to learn NAT. So I don't want you to use a wizard to create a NAT. Then you won't be understanding the positioning of the NAT. So that's why I'm not allowing you to choose this. I'm allowing you to choose the first one. So we are going to choose VPC with single public subnet. Please choose that. So a VPC will be created. A public subnet will be created. An internet gateway will be created, a route table will be created. Everything you did yesterday will be automatically done by the wizard, except a private subnet. Private subnet we will manually create. Everything will be created, okay, auto, yes, except the private subnet. Private subnet alone we will manually create. You are going to see that. So everybody click select. Everybody click select. The very first option, single public subnet option. Now everybody type your provided CADR. I have already given you the CADR. If you have forgotten, please have a reference. Shafiq 1111 11.11.0.0/16, Gulam 12.12.0.0/16, so on. So everybody put your VPC CADR. I'm going to use this one 10.0.0.0/16. And everybody provide a name for your VPC. I'm going to say, as I told you yesterday, I'm going to use the name SarcoNet. And public subnet CADR. So the first two digits of the VPC, make it common, and 10.0/24. Make that as the public subnet CADR. You already know that. And choose availability zone A. So we will have our public subnet running in availability zone A. And provide a name for the public subnet. I'm going to say SarcoNet public subnet. So your name, public subnet. Nothing more required, okay? Just click the create VPC blue button. So you require the VPC CADR, a name for the VPC, public subnet CADR, a name for the public subnet, and of course the availability zone where the public subnet will exist. And click the blue button, create VPC. You will be happy to notice that everything you did yesterday has been automatically done. So easy. So everybody could create it. Let me check. Emmanuel, yes, Navid, yes, default. Okay, Delnet is Gulam. Okay, fine. Ashok? Okay, AshokNet is also there. Wonderful. So everybody could create a VPC. Please click on the subnets. You will see that automatically a subnet has been created for you. Just go on route tables. You will see a route table with main equal to no. You can just click the main. You can just click main. Main equal to no. For Ashok, a public subnet has been created. For myself, a public subnet has been created. For JP also, a public subnet has been created. You can just click on the main, click on it. So it will be sorted with main equal to yes and main equal to no. Main equal to no is the one which the wizard has created. The main equal to yes, it will be automatically created when the VPC is created. A main route table with the local routing rule will be auto-created when the VPC is created. So everybody click on the route table with the main equal to no. Your VPC's route table with the main equal to no. And you can see the subnet association. You will see to that automatically the public subnet has been chosen. And if you go to the routes tab, the internet gateway has been added there with the internet destination. So everything is done automatically. So if the internet gateway is chosen there, means automatically you know that internet gateway is already created. So that has also been done. Now the wizard will do 99.9% everything except one thing. What is that one thing, you know? Everybody click on subnets. Everybody click on subnets. Everybody click on subnets. Choose your individual subnet, please. What is it, Shafiq? No?
No, I mean, when you said, do you know, I meant to say no, it came later.
Okay. Fine. So everybody go to subnets, please. Click on your subnet. Click on your subnet. Click on actions. Click on actions. Modify auto-assign IP settings. See, that has not been checked. That the wizard won't do. We have to do it manually. For the public subnet, enabling the automatic assignment of IP addresses, public IP addresses. Yes, absolutely. Yesterday, day before yesterday, and all in the VPC sessions, we did it manually. Even via wizard, you have to do it manually. Wonderful. So now let us go ahead and create a private subnet. So everybody click create subnet. Provide a name, your name, private subnet. Choose your VPC. Choose your VPC. Copy the first two digits of the VPC so that you will not make mistakes. Copy the first two digits of the VPC. Choose the availability zone as B because we are going to distribute the public subnet in A and the private subnet in some other availability zone, for example, B. Ashok, you have to choose that B. Yesterday you did choose A. Yes. So paste the first two digits and end it with 20.0/24. 20.0/24. And click the create button. So we did create a private subnet too. Now let us go to EC2 screen and launch a Bastion host in the public subnet and a database server in the private subnet. You know that. Please go ahead and do this. So go to your region EC2, click on launch instance, choose Amazon Linux, T2.micro will do good. Choose your VPC, choose your VPC. Let me first launch the Bastion host. So I'm choosing the public subnet. Automatic assignment of public IP it is enabled. You can see it here. Click next. Add storage. 8 GB is fine. Click next. Add tags. Key. Key should be capital N. AME name tag. And the value your name. Bastion host. Okay. Click next. Configure security group. Create a new security group. You can give it a name like, your name. I'm giving like, web rule. Copy paste the name and replace the launch wizard wordings in the description. Let the created date and time be intact. Port 22 is already there. Let it be 0.0 for the time being. Anyway, we are going to delete it after some time. But in production and all, you will never give it as 0.0 because you know the risk. Anybody can come in, right? Yeah. So that's why Amazon gives you a warning here. Rules with source 0.0.0.0/0 allow all IP addresses to access your instance. So always you should provide the known IPs instead of all IPs. In addition to SSH, introduce all ICMP IPv4, copy 0.0, paste it. Even in production and all, like for the serious job, we will never allow it to be 0.0. You will only allow ping from the known sources. So for the time being, this is fine because we are learning it, okay, and we are going to delete this VPC anyway today. Click review and launch. Launch. Choose your key pair. Acknowledge. Please choose cloud class. As I told you yesterday, please choose cloud class. Please choose cloud class -new in case of Oregon and cloud class if you are in Virginia. Click launch instances. Repeat the same thing and create a machine database server in the private subnet. So I'm choosing once again Amazon Linux t2.micro private subnet. This time automatic assignment of public IP is disabled. That's fine because we are in private subnet without any internet access. 8 GB hard disk is fine. Let us give it a name. DB server. Let us create a separate security group for the database server. So let me give it a name DB rules. And let me allow ICMP also. As you did it in the previous one. Click review and launch. Launch. Choose the key pair cloud class. Acknowledge and launch instance. So you have got a machine instance in private subnet and you have got one in public subnet. So everybody complete this much. Then we will continue. Yes, yes, Kula. 0.0.0.0/0. Navid, instead of just Gem server, I'm changing the name to Navid Gem server.
Quick question, Anil.
Please.
So when we created this private bastion, like what do
Public.
we call to?
Database server. See actually, Shafiq, the bastion host is the Gem server, right? So that
Yes.
will always run on the public subnet. You see here, why did we create a bastion host? We did create a bastion host so that from outside we cannot connect to anything running on a private subnet. Let us assume we are running a database server in the private subnet. Let us assume. So we are going to run a database server. This database server you will never be able to connect from outside of Amazon. Why? Because this database server subnet does not have any internet connectivity. So that's why we are creating a jump server or a bastion host in the public subnet. And
That
you
I
connect to that first, then you connect to the database server. So never say bastion in the private, okay?
yeah, got it.
So, yeah. Especially in our scenario, we are going to have the bastion in the public subnet.
Anil, I have a question.
Follow me. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, yeah. Specifically, Bastion server. If you look at the web server in Amazon, we always choose Apache server. Likewise, is it anything
No, no, see,
other?
actually, you will not install anything there. It is just a machine used for connectivity purposes. As I
That's
told
all.
you yesterday, you just keep a machine only for connectivity purposes. You will not install anything there. It is better not to install anything additional in the bastion host.
Just a mission alone is sufficient.
Just a machine running there. As a the main purpose is making connectivity to private subnet running machines.
Got it.
You will not use it as a Apache web server or anything else. It is not better to use it as anything else.
Got it.
Okay, so everybody got two machines, two instances, two virtual machines. Shafiq has got it. Emmanuel has got it. Gulam has got it. This DB server belongs to Naveed. Okay, fine. So Naveed, always give your name, okay? Because it's so that it is easy to identify. Okay, I just appended your name there. Added your name, prefixed your name. Okay, so everybody connect to the Bastion machine using PuTTY as you did it yesterday. Everybody get the public IP address of the Bastion host. Click run. Open PuTTY as EC2 user connected. Don't forget to use my keypad. Don't forget to use my keypad. Okay. cloudclass-new.ppk. The one I have provided you. Okay, I'm connected to the Bastion host. Now you know how to create to the database server. Sorry, how to connect to the database server. We did it yesterday in our last session. So everybody copy paste the PEM file, the key pair PEM file into this machine. Nano cloud class .pem. I will do it for you, Shafiq. Nano space cloud class.pem. Yeah, no issues, Shafiq, no issues. So open a file and Copy the contents of your key pair, PEM file. This is the file and paste it. Save it. Exit. Protect it. chmod either 400 or 600. Okay, fine. Then create a duplicate session. SSH -i, the PEM file, EC2 user at the private IP address of the database server. The private IP address of the database server. Confirmation, yes. Connected. So we are connected to the Bastion host here. Via Bastion host, we have connected to the database server. So complete until up to this much. Let me do it for Shafiq in the meantime. Let me go to Shafiq's Bastion host, public IP. Okay, let me copy paste. Chmod 600 the PEM file. I did it, Shafiq. Now you can proceed. You need to have a new terminal. Otherwise, see, let us have a separate terminal for Bastion and have a separate one for the database server. That's why, duplicate putty. Yeah, the same way you did yesterday. Here it is, the SSS syntax. If you have forgotten it, you can see the screen, go to meeting screen. SSH space -i, the identity file, that's a PEM file, EC2 user at private IP address of the database server.
Anil, quick question, Anil. Hello, Anil.
What's it?
Hello, Anil. This is Shafiq.
Yeah, Shafiq.
Good question, Anil. So first, I had my terminal opened, and it's a Bastion host, and you have uploaded the key to it. Then now again, when I open a new terminal, again it
First you connect to the Bastion host.
So like first I connected to the Bastion host in first place. So with the new terminal, again I have to connect it to the Bastion host.
Now, see, first, what did I say? Let us have a separate terminal to work on Bastion host
Yeah.
and have a separate terminal to work on DB server. But You cannot have a direct connectivity to database server. First, you have to connect to the Bastion host anyway. That's why we created a Bastion host.
Correct. Yes.
So in the second terminal also, first you should connect to the Bastion host. Then only you will be able to connect to the database server.
Okay.
Correct?
Correct.
That's the aim of Bastion host, right?
Okay.
Why did we create the Bastion host? We cannot directly from the terminal. Can you directly connect to the database server?
No.
From your Mac terminal, can you directly connect to the database server? Try
No.
once.
No. We have to.
Try once directly connecting to the database server. Try once.
I don't think so. That will happen.
Because the database server does not have a public IP, it has only a private IP, right?
Yes.
So you cannot directly connect. So that's why even in the second terminal, first you should connect to the Bastion host. Via the Bastion host, you should jump to the database server. That's why we call that as a jump server.
Got it, Aaron.
Yeah.
So now,
First you SSH to Bastion host public IP.
yes, I am into my Bastion host now. Then I am connecting to the.
Absolutely. Now SSH to the database server's private IP.
Yes. Both have same keys though, right?
Absolutely. We are using the same key in both the places. But in the reality, it may not be. But here, since we are learning, we are using the same key just for the easy, connectivity.
Yes. Perfect. I'm done. I'm into my.
So just like you assume that you are using the same key for two doors. The locks are same. Let us like that. It's like that, yeah.
I'm in on it. Thanks.
So everybody could connect to the database server via putty or terminal. Anybody having any problem?
Yes, sir.
Anybody?
Hello.
Yes, ask me, please. Present
Yeah.
your problem.
So I typed nano space cloudclass.pem and I pasted this pem file into my EC2. And
Okay.
then I was supposed to press Control O or what?
Control O is for save and
Yeah.
Control exit for Control O enter. When you say Control O, it will ask
Okay.
you for the file
Yeah.
name. Press enter.
Yeah. I was able
Then
to-
Control X exit.
Yeah, just working on the other one. So do I go on to duplicate or new duplicate?
Duplicate, because we need to have a separate session terminal for Bastion host and separate one for the database server. That's why duplicate.
Yeah, so now I write EC2 and then the same, right?
Yeah, SSH space -i space identity file space EC2 -user at the private IP address of the database server. You can see my screen. I'm highlighting it, the syntax.
Let me check. Okay, on this new duplicate one, I need to write
It's
this.
your choice. Whichever one you want to make it as a database server, that's
Yeah.
your choice.
SSH space -i space cloud class pem space EC2 user at my private, right? The gem server.
Database server. Private IP, you want to connect to the database server, right? So you have to get the private IP address of the DB server.
Yes, I'm just gonna do that now and hit enter. So are you sure you want to connect? Yes.
Yes, type yes.
All right, yeah, I think I'm connected.
Wonderful. Check the IP. Check the IP, private IP. It is ending with 20 dot something, right? 11.12.20 dot something.
10.57 it is.
10 dot.
57 it is.
Yeah, in your case it will be. No. In your case it should be Gulam 10 dot 12, 11 dot 12 dot 20 dot something. Let me check. Let me check your private subnet.
Yeah.
Gulam's subnets.
11.12.20.50 it is 250. Sorry.
Yeah, so in that range only you will get a private IP, right? The private
Should
subnet.
get, but I have a different one here. I don't know why.
11.12.20.0/24. That's fine. Let me
Yeah, the
check
one I
your.
have here is 11.12.10.57.
Let me see your. Let me see. See, the first one is the Bastion host. You did that correctly. The
Yes.
second one is you have given the name Gem server. Gem server and Bastion host are one and the same, right? So second one you should have named it as DB server, but name doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But still, okay, DB server. I'm changing the name first.
Okay.
See here, it is correct only. But I think you are seeing in a wrong place. Can you see the DB server? Can you refresh your screen?
Let me check. And yes, I can
Then
see
DB
server.
server.
And
IP address 11.12.20.250, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So where you were seeing earlier?
I'm seeing it on my EC2, Anil.
See, from where you will get the private IP address only from the Amazon
DB
dashboard,
server
right?
from the Amazon. Yeah.
So that's the place you should be going and seeing it, right? Yeah.
Okay. So I think it is correct in that case.
11.12.20.250.
Well, can I
That should be
check
the
this
IP.
on my putty? Like somehow, if I can, type
Okay,
something.
and JP,
Here
I think
is for.
Ashok, Emmanuel, everybody, can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Okay, fine. Yeah, Gulam is able to hear me. So I think JP, I think. Okay, fine. Let me show it to you, like, once, Mustafa. Let me open a new session.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
first going to connect to your Bastion host, okay? Using the
Oh.
public IP 54.218.122.217. So that's the public IP. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect to your Bastion host. Say open. Say yes. Currently it is giving me the private IP 11.12.10.57. That's correct. Now let me see cloud class PEM. You have got cloud class PEM. So from here, you can create a duplicate session. Okay, let us assume you did create a duplicate session. This is the duplicate session. From there, SSH -i cloud class.pem space ec2 user at the private IP address. The private IP address of the database server.
Yeah.
If you connect, it's saying like cloud class permissions. Okay, you have given a wrong permission for cloud class. Now what you have to do is chmod 600. So you have to protect it. Okay, always
Okay.
chmod 600. Otherwise, it will show you this warning: unprotected private key file. Now,
Yeah.
if you try, it will connect. See,
Same
now you see
command.
the IP
Yes.
11.12.20.250.
Okay, so I was supposed to protect the key by typing chmod 600 cloud class
chmod
dot
space 600 space cloud class dot pem.
Mm-hmm. Now, if I type the same EC2 user, I think it should work, right? I mean, I should be able to connect it here.
Yes, yes. The second putty, duplicate putty, please try.
Just gonna. Okay. Duplicate session, and I should just type the EC2, right? From EC2 user, and at IP address
11.12.20.250.
Yeah, just doing that in one moment.
It will ask yes or no. Say yes and connect. Once connected, you should verify the IP, private IP, being displayed on the prompt, whether you are in the right machine or not.
EC2-user, I'm typing the same command and it'll like EC2
Yeah. Okay.
user
Tell me the
at,
IP address. Tell me the IP address. What you see on the prompt on the left hand side. In
one
putty,
second,
duplicate
EC2
putty.
user at 11.12.20.250. Command not found. What am I doing wrong this time? EC2
Wait.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the prompt? Are you seeing the prompt?
No.
See, can you see my screen?
Yes.
What is the IP address you are seeing on the prompt? That's what I'm asking. EC2-user at something IP, right? On the
It is
prompt.
already connected, I think. Yes.
Are you seeing 20.250 as the IP?
No, 1 second, Anil. 1 second. Yes, now I'm connected.
Okay. So what's the mistake you were doing?
Typing error.
Okay. So now everybody let us try to ping 8.8.8 the Google DNS from the Bastion host as well as database server. Ping space 8.8.8.8. Press enter. Wow. So as expected, we have internet connectivity there. As expected, we got internet connectivity there. Repeat the same thing in the database server. There you should not be having. So, could you ping from the database server terminal? Could you ping to Google DNS 8.8.8.8? It shouldn't be pinging from the DB server terminal, and it should be pinging. You should be getting the ping response from the Bastion host. That's how it should be. Emmanuel, it's like that only, right? From the database terminal, you shouldn't be able to. It should hang like this. Yes, if you want to, from the Bastion host machine, if you want to come out of the ping, continuous ping, you can press Control C, but do not press Control C in the database server's terminal. Okay, let it hang there because we are going to give internet connectivity. We are going to give internet connectivity to this machine. So let the ping hang there. Okay, so let us come back to our diagram. If you want to have a internet connectivity, if you want to provide internet connectivity to this database server, which is in the private subnet, We need a NAT router. Rather, we need a NAT instance in Amazon's language. We need a NAT instance or a NAT gateway Okay. First, we will see NAT instance. I will demonstrate the NAT gateway later. First, let us see the NAT instance. So everybody
Sir,
open. Everybody come back to the prompt. Yeah, JP, we didn't do anything like extra, JP. So JP, you are already connected to two terminals. One putty terminal connected to the Bastion host. Another putty terminal connected to the database server, right?
yeah, connected, sir. I think I'm getting permission denied error. I'm just checking on it.
Okay, permission denied error where? First putty or second putty?
Second putty.
Connect. Already you are connected to the Bastion host, right?
Yeah, correct.
Wonderful. So now what you do? First you transfer your PEM file into the Bastion host. Open cloudclass.pem. Open cloudclass.pem in a local notepad.
Yes, sir. I did that. I created a file. I copy paste that.
Okay, then chmod 600 cloudclass.pem. Did you do that?
Yeah.
You have to protect it.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Okay, then SSH space in a duplicate session. Create a duplicate session. In the duplicate session, SSH space -i cloudclass.pem space EC2-user. Please check whether you have any spelling mistake there. EC2-user at your database server machines. So your machine's IP, what's the IP address? JPDB server is 11.16.20.143.
Yes, sir. Connected, sir. Connected now.
So what's the mistake you were doing?
Spelling mistake.
That's what I said. Always people do the mistake in the EC2-user.
Yeah.
Instead of hyphen, people try to put underscore. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, actually, sir, can you explain the difference between instant and gateway, NAT instant and gateway?
We will see that. But first, let us understand how a NAT instance works. Then we will go and see how a NAT gateway works. Then we will go through the difference. Okay. Certainly we will go, and even I have a tabular column documented, which I will give you for further reading after the class. Okay, so JP, first what you do, you try to ping 8.8.8.8 from the Bastion host terminal, ping space 8.8.8.8 from the Bastion host terminal. You should be able to get the ping response. 64 bytes from 8.8.8.8, call an ICMP, blah, blah, blah. You will get it. Yes. Press Ctrl-C and come out of it. Now repeat the same thing in the database server terminal. Ping space 8.8.8.8.
Yes.
You should not get any response. You should let it hang there. Don't come out of it. So that's where the rest of us are on. So be there. Now what we are going to do, if you want to give temporary internet connection to this machine, database server machine, we need to have a NAT instance. So let us create a NAT instance. Everybody come back to Amazon dashboard. Go to your EC2 screen. Click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. Don't choose Amazon Linux AMI. Don't choose it. Everybody go to community AMIs. On the left hand side, you have Quick Start, My AMIs, AWS Marketplace, then community AMIs. So everybody click on community AMIs. Type on the filter box, NAT. Type on the filter box, NAT. Network address translation, NAT. Enter. Anybody in North Virginia, you can choose the very first one. That's a NAT AMI given by Amazon. But if you are in Oregon, let me show you. Please choose the third if I am remembering correctly. NAT. Okay, the first one, let us not go for it, okay, because I don't think that is the one from Amazon. Second one is a very old one, para-virtual, we don't want it. The third one is HVM. So let us use the third one. If you want it to be like now further, let us have the AMI ID ending with the EA70, the AMI ID ending with EA70. AMI ID ending with EA70. No, see, actually, the question is, does it cost anything additional? If you are out of your free tier usage, certainly, for launching a additional machine, there will be a cost. Otherwise, there is no cost for directly using this AMI. This AMI is a community AMI without any additional cost attached. But if you choose some AMIs from Amazon's marketplace, not all AMIs are free. Just for using the AMI itself, just for using the software inside the AMI, you will be charged. For this one, there is no charge. Please choose select button. Please choose select button. The third AMI in case of Oregon, in case of Oregon, the third one. The very first one in case of North Virginia. Click select. Let it be T2.micro. Let it be T2.micro. Click next. Click next. Choose your public subnet. Choose your VPC and the public subnet. See this diagram. To see this diagram, tell me, where do you run the NAT? Where do you run the NAT? On the public subnet or on the private subnet? See the diagram and tell me, where do you run the NAT?
Public.
Why public? Shafiq, Ghulam, why we should run the NAT in the public subnet? Or why we need a NAT? I'm just testing your understanding so that, when you do a hands-on, you know why you are doing it. So that we can communicate to what?
So we can give an internet connection to our private server.
Absolutely. So we want to give a temporary internet connection to our database server. So for that, we should first choose the subnet with internet connectivity. So here it is public subnet. So our NAT should be in the public subnet only. So that is concrete, right? Ghulam, Shafiq, Naveed, everybody?
Yes,
There is
sir.
no question. Yeah, fine. So because these are all exam questions. These are all exam questions. Where do you run the Bastion host? Which is the best place to run the NAT instance or the NAT gateway? So these are all certification questions. That's why I'm repeating it, stressing it. Okay, fine. So choose the public subnet. Click next. Add storage. 8 GB is fine. Click next. Add a tag. Give it a name. Capital N AME name. Value your name. NAT instance. Your name. NAT instance. Click next. Security group. Please create a new security group. Your name. NAT rule. You can give any name. Let us give it something related to NAT. Okay, port 22 is there. Click review and launch. Click review and launch. Launch. Choose my key pair cloud class. Acknowledge and launch instance.
Hi, this is Ashok.
Anil, it gives me a pop-up
Yeah, say yes, say yes. Go ahead. You want to use a general purpose, volume, right? Yes. Please
Yeah,
proceed with the
purpose.
positive response. Please proceed with the positive response. Say yes and proceed. No need to change anything.
Okay.
Whenever it asks whether you want to continue with a general purpose EBS, SSD, have the response positive, don't change anything, proceed.
Keeper is cloud class.
Yes. Yes. So that I can connect to it and see if something goes wrong. That's the only reason why I'm asking you to use the cloud class. Okay, done? Wonderful. So, give me a second. I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to continue further recording in a different file just to keep the file size small. Okay.